Welcome to another ranked match of Dune Imperium Digital. My name is Bludgeon, and I'm going to be player 3. Here are the leaders available. Here's the Imperium row: Negotiated Withdrawal, Shai Hulud, Firm Grip, Fidaykin Death Commando, and Peter de Vries. Really, some pretty nice stuff there in the Imperium row. Excuse me, Imperium row. And in the tech offer, Troop Transports, Chomurky, and Spaceport. So this is the kind of game that would kind of call out for Helena. However, Helena's not available. It doesn't really look great for Armand other than picking up liaisons to get some of this good stuff. That is a thing which can work. Tessia is taken by player 4. Paul isn't bad in terms of getting some kind of extra early persuasion for things because of his signet ring. Let me go with Paul. I like, Paul and Shai Hulud have that thematic connection, and for some reason, in my games, they often end up going together. So let's lean into that for this game and just see how it goes for us. Hundro says waiting for Vroni to choose their leader, but it's actually not that. It's, I think, choosing the intrigue card that Hundro's going to start with. So Hundro starts with, he takes 2 intrigue cards off the top of the deck, chooses one to keep, and puts the other one back on top of the intrigue deck. And so what that means is that, first of all, you get to start with a decent intrigue most of the time, but also it means you know what the next intrigue card is. And so that means if it's a really good one, you might decide to prioritize getting to Carthag or Secrets to get it for yourself. Otherwise, you know what somebody else has as an intrigue card, which is pretty powerful intelligence. Hundro hits up Fold Space. Yuna is going to be very happy to hit up Smuggling and grabbing a quick 2 Solari. Diplomacy is the top card of my deck. Oh, and the Strong Arm. Oh, wow. We gotta give him a round of applause. Oh man, that's one of the crazy things about Hundro, is getting to choose between those 2 intrigue cards. I've seen it happen, more than a couple of times now, that you end up with something that allows you to get that second point with the Gill, and you can get interstellar shipping on round 1, which is pretty serious. Unfortunately, Arakeen gets taken, but I can still draw a card from the signet ring. So she didn't go Smuggling, and she had the signet ring to do it. That is a very strange situation to me. Okay. Is there any way I can do something crazy like get Shai Hulud? Well, if I draw... Not really. If Arakeen had been available, there could have been some interesting moves to make there. But, yeah, let me smuggle. I'll draw the Diplomacy, go up, and... I'm going to play the Diplomacy and hopefully get Firm Grip or Negotiated Withdrawal. Either one of those would be great. An early reveal could be justified. The card draw from Yuna makes me think she has plans to get something good here. And if I play the Diplomacy, I go down to 4. It's only these 2 I can get, and those are kind of the 2 most likely to get taken. Round 1 shipping for Hundro. Just does an up-down. Okay. For Spice, does an up-down for Spice and activates the signet ring to go back up again. That is a weird play to me. Okay, early reveal for the Firm Grip. I'm going to go to Wealth here because it means potentially next round I could smuggle down and get Swordmaster if that works. Probably Yuna's going to hit Smuggling next time, but what in the world was that shipping play? It was basically just Go up 1 and get 1 spice. You tell me what you think of that move. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know why you wouldn't just go up 2. Okay, well, the great news is negotiated withdrawal is still there, so very happy to pick that up, and there's a lot of big stuff here. Bounty Hunter appears. Tessia can't really afford anything, but does take the Bounty Hunter. She is going to win this conflict. Another big card shows up in the Sardaukar Legion. I wonder if this could potentially be a High Council first kind of a game. There's a chance. Tessia now unlocks shipping, so she's going to get there for the next 1, 2, 3 rounds. That's pretty massive. Okay, Seek Allies and Dagger. So that could be Wealth High Council seat. And that would leave me at 7. I could potentially pick up Shai-Hulud. I think that's going to be the move. I mean, well, hold on. If I can smuggle, then no, it's not going to be the move. I'll smuggle in Swordmaster, I think. It's an interesting decision, though. Yuna skips smuggling again. This is such a strange game this time. Yuna loves smuggling, right? I mean, you're getting double the Solari out of there. What is going on in this game? I don't get it. I think I'm going to smuggle Swordmaster. I mean, the High Council thing is very tempting. It'd be fun to get an early Shai-Hulud and just start trashing my deck. But, round 2 Swordmaster. Whoops. I'm going for the round 2 Swordmaster. All right. We'll get some Solari. Everybody else gets 1. So then it's Swordmaster and then Seek Allies somewhere. And there's going to be nothing to get except liaisons. I don't know. I'm still really confused by that Hundro move. And I'm confused by what Yuna is up to as well. Okay, she does go Conspire. It seemed like she must be going for that. But she's still short of Swordmaster. 7 is enough for her ring. Seek Allies maybe goes to Fold Space if it's there. Maybe goes to Still Suits for potential research station into something big. But I think I could Hardy Warriors and take this. Or I could just still suits. Maybe I'm fine with that. Tessie grabs Peter DeVries. A carry-all appears. Hundro goes to Arcane. He has a spice for the ring. Goes up. So, I mean, that's where he would have been if he'd just not done anything with his ring, right? He would have been, if he'd just gone up, he would have been there already. I guess he wouldn't have had the spice to activate his ring this time, but he kind of would have been in the same situation. So anyway, yeah, let's take a couple of liaisons, I think. Okay, Hundro was going to win this conflict. I could have, like I said, I could have gone the Hardy Warriors and gotten that. That would have been an intrigue card for me and more spice for me, 3 instead of 1. Maybe it would have been better. But now I have 2 water, which means I've got 5 spice I could pick up here, or 4 here, or I could research station potentially if I wanted to do that. Negotiated withdrawal on top of the deck. I could get crazy and maybe go for a spaceport. It's pretty nuts, though. I think I like this. Putting in 1 for now. I need to get the other 2 in some other way. Maybe I should have put in 2 so I could get 2 more in and leave 1 after I retreat. We'll see. If I end up going to a city, I still would have that option. Two Solari there. Huh. Yeah, interesting decisions to make here. So I could go to Wealth or even Conspire. Conspire High Council seat is an option, but I need to get troops in to activate the negotiated withdrawal, so that's not really an option. I could Conspire. I could Mentat. I could get another water, so I'm ready to pick up this huge amount of spice that's going to be ready next round. That's also quite interesting. Although, with the water available here... that might not work out, depending... If Tessia wins this, she gets 1 water, she'll be at 1. It depends who gets in second. And it's probably not going to be me. Because I'm planning to retreat some troops. I'm going to go ahead and get that second water. I'm going to throw in 2 more troops. And then we'll see. Tessie gets High Council, okay? I'm sort of tempted by the spaceport. It's kind of crazy. Chomurky would be a decent grab. But honestly, I mean, if I'm ever going to spaceport, now's the time. I've got a deck with a lot of persuasion in it. I don't really like... the issue, though, is that would reshuffle my deck, and that would kind of guarantee that those are the next cards I'm going to see. I get 2 of them out of there, and then the other 4 I would see before I would see any of this good stuff. So that is a reason not to get the spaceport. It might be that if I want all this spiced, I need to get it now, because I'm not going to get second here, so Hundro is going to end up with the water. So let me just load up on spice here. I obviously have no more troops to put in. That's that. Tessia with 9 already. Does she take a Spice Must Flow, or does she go with Shai Hulud? It's early in the game here. I mean, she does go with the Shai Hulud. Okay. I feel a little bit sad that I did not prioritize getting the Shai Hulud with Paul. Treachery appears in its place. It's been a bomb Imperium row. Was it a mistake not to get High Council earlier? I got that Swordmaster instead. Gurney Halleck now shows up. Maybe it was, man. Maybe it was. If I'd gotten that High Council seed and popped into that spaceport, I could have been feeding some of these powerful cards on top of the deck. But that's not the way I decided to go. I don't think I want more liaisons at this point. So we'll just reveal. Yeah, I'll retreat. Now, where do I want to take influence? I'm going to take it with the Emperor because I don't really see myself going up here. The Liaison is tempting because there's still a lot of expensive stuff, but I think I've got enough persuasion in the deck at the moment. I want to be drawing the Negotiated Withdrawal, the Diplomacy, and the Signet Ring. Plus, if I can get any of this stuff in there, I'll want to see that more. Okay, so yeah, Hundro now at 2 water. Okay, there's the Negotiated Withdrawal again. There's the Signet Ring. Okay. So, need to get 3 more troops in there. Am I going to get a Solari here? I kind of think so, because Tessia potentially... Well, Hunter's going to get Swordmaster right now. Tessia might end up going for High Council seat. Oh, that's interesting. Decides not to fight for that alliance, just gets the Solari and gets back out again. Does she take Spice or Solari from here? I guess she just took the Spice. Okay. Dune the Desert Planet is the top card of my deck. Here's what else is in there. It's not a very impressive deck. This is great, but that's kind of all I've got. There's all this good stuff. Selective Breeding gets taken. I don't have a way of getting there anyway. I wonder if I just Arakeen to draw 2 cards and try to get something happening here. Smuggle. I mean, I would like Solari to eventually get that High Council seat. I mean, I'd love to get it now, but I don't see that really happening unless... No, I don't see it happening. I think I just got to hit Arakeen. Dune and a diplomacy. Okay. I don't mind that. Throw in 3 so that they can be retreated again. End the turn. Still going to be hard for me to get anything good here. Unless I can get to wealth. So I said I didn't see myself necessarily hitting Emperor spaces again. But it looks like I might, and that's okay too. Because maybe I can push towards that alliance. I could potentially even get that alliance this round. If I get there, boom, retreat, boom, get the alliance. That wouldn't be a terrible thing. I would like to get the High Council seat. Whether I can or not... Okay, Tessie gets the restricted ordnance, and she has a High Council seat already. Shuttle fleet appears. I have the spice for it. Nobody else currently is even close. That's interesting. I'm still tempted by this. Research station for Hundro. He still has the option to pick up Swordmaster. Okay. So unit takes wealth, unfortunately, which means if I want to get High Council seat, I have to go to Conspire. It's going to burn 4 of my spice. I'll still have 6. It's not the worst thing ever. But it also means my chances at this alliance are... I could still get it with the retreat. Do I want to make that move? I'm not even sure if it's High Council or if it's Shuttle Fleet. Or Trauma or Spaceport. Oh, goodness. If I go to High Council seat, it gets me to 7. Gurney Halleck's about to get snatched. I think. She might go Treachery. No, it's Gurney Halleck. Wow. Yet another big card. I think High Council seat makes more sense. Okay. I think it has to be Shuttle Fleet. Shuttle Fleet and Opulence, I think, is what kind of makes sense here. Let me take that and... that. We'll see what's here. Hundro has 6 cards in hand. Plays with Still Suits, is still going to have 6 cards in hand. But, so for me, it's either Opulence or Treachery. Yuna has 7 Persuasion. Because she did just pick up that High Council seat. Opulence is like good and bad for Yuna. It's good because it's easy for her to get the Solari for it, but it's bad because it means she kind of has to choose between the Solari for the Opulence or the Solari for the Signet Ring. Or she can also use it as an extra Solari generator, so she can really use the Signet Ring a lot, right? If Yuna plays a Solari to Wealth, it's 7 Solari. 4 from the Opulence and 3 plus Wealth. 7 Solari and 1 agent play is pretty wild. Or 10 if she goes to, Conspire. All right, so where am I going to take this? Well, I could go to Freeman and get myself another water immediately. Or I could protect Emperor a little bit, because Yuna is tricky, because with her ring, she can get influence, right? And so, okay, she goes with Treachery. There's a power play. But the opulence makes sense because I have this shuttle fleet feeding me Solari. So that's what I'm going to take. Guild Bankers. So that Treachery means I'm not just a little bit, I'm quite worried about this. The issue is... Okay, she also has Firm Grip. Like, she really is going to be fighting for this. I'd like to keep it away from her. But do I want to fight so hard for that, or do I just look elsewhere? I'm going to be stubborn about it. I don't know if that's wise, but that's what I'm doing. She has no Solari right now. She's not going to be able to get to shipping, I don't think, because both... Well, Hundro is going to probably do it. It's very risky, but I'd like to try to get that and keep it, if at all possible. All right, Siege of Carthage. Okay, I have no way to get influence here. That's not good. No way to draw cards. That's not good. Mentat, I think, is what I really need. Or Arakeen. Imperial Basin, a bunch of spice for Yuna. I think it's Arakeen. Okay, there's the opulence. That's great. Throwing in some troops because my garrison is getting very full. Tastia hits smuggling. Does she drop? She does. There's a spy satellites. I didn't notice that. That would be nice for me. It would also be nice for Yuna. It would also be nice for Tessia, although it's not typically something Tessia wants to do. Tessia wants to get those snooper tokens. But, okay, this Dune can't go anywhere. Hardy Warriors for Hundro. Problem is, if I Mentat, all I'm getting is a Dune. Which is really not helping. If I Carthag, can I win this conflict? Tessia still has a Dreadnought, 2 troops in the garrison, and the restricted ordnance. So she's currently sitting at 10 strength. Has no intrigue cards. Don't know what she might have to reveal. Okay, so 10 strength. If I could get to car, I mean, I could also get to siege tower, which wouldn't be terrible. So I could add in 6 more strength, getting to 12, 14. I think it makes sense for me to try. So Tessia with 10, with 1 agent remaining, she could get to either one I don't go to. So she could also add in, 7 strength. So she's at 10. She could get to 17. What did I say I could get to? 6 plus 6, 12, 14. It's actually not great. I would need to get another big intrigue card. Water is also something I would like to get. Let's see what I get here. Wait. I don't have High Council seat. But if I get it, I can't get the opulence point. Okay, let's hope for something amazing here. What do we got? Private army, but no spice and no way to get spice. That sucks. I'm still just gonna throw everything in and maybe scare Tessia away from trying for this one. Okay. But my garrison is just like starting to pile up. That happens when you have a negotiated withdrawal. So I'd rather just get them out there, see what happens. Yeah, okay. So I can't win this, unfortunately, because I can't get any spice. I guess there's still Siege Tower for me. So maybe I can win it. Because I can get 6 more strength in there. That'd get me to 18, 20. It's a big fight for it. Quid pro quo for Hundro. Get some Bene Gesserit and Freeman. Okay, so this alliance... Yeah, I could have taken that point there to get that alliance earlier, and I didn't. I decided to buttress this. Bypass protocol. What does he go for? Power play? No, guild bankers. Okay. And unfortunately, this is going to leave me at 4 persuasion, but I do still think that's the move. Hundro is at 8 points right now. Well, I mean, he's got everything lined up there. The spy satellites is still sitting there. I hate being left at 4 persuasion here, but yeah, I'm going to do this. She's at 17. This is 18. I can use the strategic push. It's a large commitment for a point, but... Ooh, and she's got the swords from Shai Hulud. That's something that, you know, if I were paying closer attention, I would have been able to calculate that she might have the Shai Hulud in hand. Oh, but no Freeman Bond for it. Okay. I think I just burn the strategic push right now just to get it out of my hand, get 2 Solari out of it. I don't think it's worth clogging up my hand for probably no real benefit later. 2 swords is hard to make work. I might end up regretting it, but I think it makes sense just to get the Solari now to give me more flexibility with that opulence and potentially a high council seat. And I don't buy anything here. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Trade that in for 2 Solari. Again, it's just because 2 combat strength, at this stage in the game, it's going to be hard for that to make much of a difference. And so, you know, you can get into a situation where you've got a hand with too many intrigue cards in it. And, you know, you can't get rid of those unless you're actually participating in a conflict. So that can be awkward. And Solari is quite important for me. I'd like to get a High Council seat, but I want to make sure I have Solari to get another opulence point, hopefully. So the 2 Solari to me was more important. Okay, this wealth could be a problem because that means if she has the treachery, and she does, she can send it to conspire and take that alliance. And so fighting for this, yeah, unfortunately is going to cost me by the looks of it. I wonder if I have Hardy Warriors for this. Hardy Warriors. And then, you know, there's still that spy satellites. I wonder if I just still suits. This is gone. This is gone over here. I think I have to do this to get enough, because I did use a lot of my troops last time. A Mentat would be good if I could. A High Council seat, I guess. Spice would be nice to potentially private army this. And you know what? Maybe I'll wish I had that that 2 combat strength intrigue that I just didn't waste, but that I used last time. Maybe I'll wish that I had it here. And yeah, there goes the treachery to conspire. I knew when I did this that it was probably not a good idea, but I just have this thing where I just really like fighting over alliances. Even when I know that it's probably not the optimal thing to do. There's something about alliances that they make me, it makes me really want to fight for them. But I knew it wasn't a great plan. And sure enough, it was not. I could get 2 spies here and then optionally go for spy satellites rather than the private army maneuver. Or I just get 1, keep the water, have the private army ready to go. Could also Mentat here. Let's do that. Okay, convincing argument on top of the deck. So that means if I were to send Signet Ring to High Council seat, I would draw the convincing argument. So the Signet Ring -1, 3 plus 4 would be 7. It's not that exciting. Okay, this doesn't look like it's something I'm going to win this time. So, I mean, even with this, I could get to 13, 14. Tessie is currently at 15. 2 strength from last time. So I think maybe the play, if I can do it, is Haga Basin and spy satellites. And a troop will have been wasted here. Because these two are kind of gone. And then I'll have 6 persuasion. I could get Worm Riders. It's probably worth adding to the deck. But I'm not even sure that it is. I really need to make sure I get Opulence. This is necessary for me now. But it's unfortunate that I wasn't able to get these 2 alliances. So this is just going to be boosting this one. This troop is toast. Do I want the Worm Riders? The Sardaukar Legion can combo with the negotiated withdrawal in a fun way. It's probably not incredibly relevant right now. I can't resist it. I can't resist it. I don't know if it made that much sense, but I just kind of can't resist it. You know, it could end up mattering. I have the alliance, so that's plus 6 swords on reveal, plus 5. That's plus 11 potentially for one of these later conflicts that maybe helps me win. Okay, so there it is. I have no spice, though, for a Hayliner, very sadly. I have kind of nothing going on. Signet Ring on top of the deck. Siege Tabber into Hardy Warriors, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I could easily get Haylinered, though. There's a lot of spice on the board. But, you know, Tessia's garrison is dead at the moment. Yuna has a large garrison. She doesn't have spice at the moment. She could pick up a couple. She doesn't currently have a way to get enough for a Hayliner. She does have water. She could hit Hardy Warriors herself. I don't currently have the spice to pay for Private Army, is something I also need to keep in mind. Aha. The troop transports. She buys a spaceport. Don't know where Shai Hulud might be at this time. Could be in the deck, could be in the hand. Gets an intrigue card. Why did that just do that? That was odd. Imperial Basin for Yuna and buys an invasion ships. She can throw all of that in right now. Okay, right. That's obviously a thing. Holtzman engine is there. That's not going to do much. I'm going to have a hard time fighting against that. I'm going to have a real hard time fighting against that. Oh boy, this doesn't feel good. This really doesn't feel good. To have any hope, I need to reveal this and get the spice for this. Ah. So I was hoping that the Opulence would be the next card on top of my deck so that I could draw it with the Signet Ring, which I knew was on top. That's why I did the Arakeen play. As well as, you know, it gets me one extra little troop in there. But now that that's not there, Signet Ring probably has to go here. It's kind of whatever, really. I mean, if Yuna hits Hardy Warriors, this is like totally toast, and it probably is anyway. She also can get to wherever she wants. So even she could theoretically pick up a couple of spice and still get to Hayliner this round. So possibly what I should have been doing here is playing for next round, even though there might not be one, because this is like a real, yeah, this is not happening now. Hmm. $10 plus 6 is 16. If I go Hardy Warriors, it's 14. Plus 6 is 20, but she can still get those other troops in. Oh, man. Just water and hope for next round, and maybe I end up research stationing. I don't know. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough out here, man. Yeah. This is bugs. I have ended my turn. I mean, buying this Worm Riders, it was a very iffy decision to take it. Now, maybe what it does for me here is get me second place over Tessia. And, you know, maybe that ends up being something. You could say if I didn't have Worm Riders, then it would be Dune in my hand right now, but that's not necessarily true. The shuffling would have all been different, I guess. Okay, big spice pickup for Tessia here. Goes to the Great Flat, throws in a couple more troops. So she's going to have 14 strength by the looks of things. I'm going to have 16 strength. She has a couple intrigue cards. I have this one doing nothing. Invasion ships activated. Where does she want to go? Interstellar shipping. Chalmurky. Artillery. This is so annoying. Hopefully it goes away once my turn comes back around. She does grab the Chalmurky. Yeah. I think that's a good decision. Here's a memo quarters. That's no good for me. Now we're getting the double ticking talks. Sleeper must awaken. Yeah, this is looking very bad for me here. Do I even want Truthsayer at this point? I mean, it could be a selective breeding if it even ever happens. It probably won't ever happen. I'll just take it because it probably doesn't matter. But maybe in some crazy world that turns into a spice must flow if the game goes long. Oh, okay. Looks like Tessia is going to get the big... Here, what did she reveal? She had the Freeman Bond with the Shai Hulud this time. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure how I could have played... I'm sure there were better ways to play that round. I'm just saying right now, I'm not quite sure. I don't really remember what the situation was. But obviously, I think I got baited by my Worm Riders, really, to try for this. And I should have just played it as an agent, gotten some spice out of it. But... yeah. 7976, and I've got no secret points. Oh, never mind. No, I have the spy satellites, so I'm actually at 8. Maybe I can avoid 4th place. Maybe. Tessia, I mean, is it over? Tessia gets 2 points. No, Yuna gets 2 points to 9. I guess we're still going to another round. I'm going to get an intrigue card and 2 Solari. Whoa, the tiebreaker. Did neither of them get 2 points? That would be wonderful. Oh, Master Tactician. Okay. Okay. 7996 is the scoreboard. 8, really, but does anybody else have any secret points? Not at the moment, but there is that Chalmurky for the secret tiebreaker. I get a call. Whoop-de-doo! Grand Vision. is really... Well, it doesn't help me. Not that I'm going to win the conflict anyway. Okay, there's the opulence. I need to try to get a Spice Must Flow this round. So I need to get to Research Station and High Council seat, I suppose. Yuna might get High Council seat, or she might try to use her Signet Ring for some reason, but it doesn't really do much for her. There's my deck. Unfortunately, not great there. 3 persuasion. So it's a net 1. Research Station is a net 1 persuasion, getting me to 7. Then Dagger is a net 2, getting me to 9. I guess maybe I get Spice Must Flow. Still suits. Okay. I'm definitely taking Research Station. Even though it's not great, it does give me the chance at a Spice Must Flow, so I will do it. If I ever draw a card, I'll think about this, but... Yeah, unfortunately, just the one opulence point. I wonder if there would have been a way for me to... I feel like I wasn't really adding a lot of cards to the deck other than that Worm Riders. I didn't get to selective breeding at all this game. This alliance is locked up, I suppose. That's good. Memo quarters for Hundro. Yeah, that's a victory point for him. Wait, what? He could have taken it here and gotten a point, so I guess he's confident he's going to make it there. Nobody's... Oh, wait, what? Did he just do like a shipping or something? Carthag. Oh, landing rights. That's what happened. Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's like, why would you not take that with your memo quarters right now? This is not really in danger. My time thing is still bugged, but at least it's not continuing to tick-tock. Where does she want to go? Oh, yeah, she wants to go to Research Station. Okay. Okay, so I get 6, 7... 8, 9, 10. I'll end up with 10 points, which is not... It's not horrible. But, it doesn't... It's not great. But it's not bad. Maybe it keeps me out of 4th. If Tessia wins this conflict, what does it do for her? It gets her 1 victory point. If she has plans within plans, it's worth 2 victory points for her. She's already revealed. So, yeah, she got that spice must flow. She has 3 of those. If she has corner the market, then that's 2 points. I guess I use the cull just in case we end up going to another round. Which it looks like it's possible, really, because Tessie looks like she's going to win here. And that's not going to get her to 10. Hundro is at effectively 10, but... Oh, what does this do? Wait, what? Hundro has 3 intrigue cards. If he wins... Nothing, 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 nothing. So that won't get him to 10. Does Yuna have a way to get to 10? So, yeah, I might as well cull something out of here. Just cull a dagger away. Because it looks like it is going to be another round. I don't have, again, I don't have any spice. So even if I do draw the Truthsayer, I can't get to a selective breeding. I'm not sure how this game is going to end. It doesn't feel good for me, but it could really go a million different ways still. Everyone is pretty close here. 8, 9, 9, 6, but it's not really 6. I mean, I can dagger to Dreadnought? Okay, let me cull. Get rid of that. No, that's a mistake. Because maybe I can somehow get another opulence point next round. So should I actually... No, I can't. I have to just use the dagger here. Okay, let me go to tech negotiation. Yeah, because on the outside chance that we get to another round... I'd like to be able to be close to maybe getting another point out of the opulence. You know what I mean? So burning Solaria on this Dreadnought, which could... Okay, there's a Spice Must Flow, so it's game over right now. Anyway, Yuna is definitely going to beat me because she has the Chalmurky, so she's going to get to 10 points right now. I don't know if she has any points in her Intrigue cards. So I'm going to end on 10 from Spy Satellites. Tessie is going to... Oh, there's an ambush here. And a second wave. So Hundro's going to take this. That's going to get him an intrigue card. This doesn't actually do anything, but it actually is good for me in the sense that it keeps Tessia away from a victory point here. It does not give Hundro a victory point. What is going to happen here? Do I get second, third, or fourth? Anything is still possible. First is not possible. Corner the market for Hundro. Okay. War chest for Yuna. Okay, so third is my best hope. And indeed it is a third. 10, 10, 10. Chomurky, man. Chomurky. Spy Satellites is the only reason I was even close there. And Hundro with the classic Spice tiebreaker. All right, well, there we go. It was a tough game. It really was a tough game. And let me know what you think about it. There were certainly a lot of different options in this game. I think most significantly was very early on deciding whether to get the early High Council seat or that early Swordmaster. I mean, I got a round 2 Swordmaster, which is pretty hard to turn down. But I could have had a round 2 High Council seat, and there was a lot of good stuff sitting in the row, and there was a spaceport at the time available in the tech offer, so I could have gone a very different way this game. Who knows how that would have turned out, but certainly, you know, I had a pretty nothing deck. The negotiated withdrawal was kind of all I was working with for a little while. The opulence came a bit later. I did end up getting, you know, 2 points out of it. And the Worm Riders didn't do anything. It came kind of late and maybe even got in my way, maybe baited me into a bad round. Truthsayer came, you know, very late, never even drew it, which I knew when I picked it up. And Spy Satellites, the shuttle fleet, I mean, it fed me Solari for opulence, which was fine, but you know, didn't get optimal value out of it. So I think lots of different things I could have done there. But hey, that's how it went this time, and it's a third place result. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not, and you can follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. And if you want more exclusive videos, you can become a member of the channel. Click the join button down below, and that'll unlock full stream VODs. All the streams I've ever done on the channel, you have access to all of those, as well as a new game every week recorded just for members. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.